border was never meant to hold. It had been drawn by tired men in distant rooms, lines carved onto maps with ink instead of blood, pretending that mountains, rivers, and grasslands could be commanded to obey. Beyond that border lay a land older than any nation, where the wind spoke first and law came second. Those who lived there did not call themselves rebels or invaders. They called themselves wolves. For generations, the frontier had slept under fragile peace. Watchtowers stood like rusted sentinels, soldiers rotated through forgotten posts, and commanders told themselves the border was secure because no one challenged it openly. But peace does not disappear with an explosion. It fades with silence, and the silence beyond the border had grown too deep. The first signs were small. Patrols failed to return. Supply convoys vanished between checkpoints. Villages near the frontier woke to find their radios dead and their roads marked with strange symbols carved into stone. Command reports blamed smugglers, then bandits, then weather. No one wanted to say the word that haunted the older officers: wolves. They came at night, not as a single force, but as shadows moving with purpose. No banners, no drums, no warnings. They crossed the border where the land itself bent in their favor, through frozen ravines, dry riverbeds, and forests too dense for machines. Each fighter knew the ground better than any map. They did not attack cities. They hunted nerves, arteries, and breath. A border outpost fell without firing a single shot. When reinforcements arrived, they found doors open, lights still on, meals half-eaten. The soldiers were gone, no bodies. No signs of struggle, only claw-like marks burned into the walls and a message written in ash on the command board. You do not own the wind. Panic crept upward through the chain of command. Drones were launched, but they returned blind, their sensors scrambled by terrain and signal interference no one could explain. Satellites watched, yet saw nothing, because the wolves did not move like armies. They waited, they listened. They chose the moment when arrogance turned into weakness. The border forces struck back with firepower, flattening hillsides and villages suspected of sheltering fighters. The land answered with rage. Supply routes burned, bases lost power. Officers were taken from secured compounds in the heart of the night, leaving behind only boot prints leading nowhere. Every strike by the wolves felt personal, as if they knew names, routines, and fears. Among them was a leader no one had seen, known only by a call sign whispered in intercepted transmissions. Grey Father. Some said he was a former general who vanished years ago. Others believed he was not one man at all, but a title passed down like a blade. What mattered was this: wherever Grey Father moved, the border bent and broke. The decisive battle came not where the command expected it, but where it would hurt most. A fortified crossing meant to symbolize control. Flags snapped in the wind. Cameras waited to broadcast strength. The wolves let the ceremony begin. Then the ground erupted. Explosions tore through the perimeter, not loud but precise, severing communications and power in seconds. Smoke rolled low, hiding movement. Wolves poured in from every direction, not charging but flowing. They fought in silence, hand signals replacing shouted orders, blades and controlled fire ending resistance before alarms could scream. The defenders fought bravely, but bravery is not enough when the land itself has chosen a side. Vehicles stalled in mud that should not have been there. Night vision failed. Every attempt to regroup met a wall of darkness and steel. When dawn came, the crossing belonged to no one. At sunrise, the wolves stood beyond the borderline, not advancing, not retreating. They planted no flag, they left no occupation force. Only a single message carved into the stone gate where the line had once been marked: borders end where memory begins. The world demanded retaliation. Generals called for invasions. Politicians promised absolute security, but no army crossed the border again. Not because they were defeated in battle, but because they finally understood the truth the wolves had always known. Some lands cannot be conquered. Some people do not kneel. And beyond every border drawn by power, there will always be wolves watching, waiting, and remembering.